All right, just just a little walkthrough on my 2003 Yamaha 1100 vstar Custom, and yeah, it is custom now. Just walk through of some of the upgrades that I did from stock. I got rid of the ugly factory turn signals up front and actually put the light bar and the little LED and the turn signals up front. I added 8-inch. I added 8-inch ape hangers. I blacked out some of the chrome, like the dog dish and the battery cover. I did the exhaust header wrap on the pipes. The Geraldine pipes were on it when I got it. I put the highway bar on. Came with the pegs. I did find this nice little guard on Amazon for about 50 bucks, and it's actually pretty nice. I kind of like it. It's actually saved the front of my motor a couple of times already by taking a pretty good rock hit, so definitely worth the money. I did the aftermarket mirrors with the black skull hand and arm with the chrome mirrors. They also have it in all chrome, all black, or the opposite where it's the chrome arm and the black hand and the black mirror, but I just kind of, my personal preference is I kind of like that myself. Look around to the other side. I put chrome switch covers on. Managed to find that on Amazon, a nice little chrome vstar logoed brake reservoir cover. This is probably one of the coolest things I found on eBay, and I just had to get it. I switched out the factory gauge and put in that overlay, which is not a sticker. It's an actual whole printed custom cover. So you had to take the old. I had to take the old one off, put this one on. Just got the tank repainted probably 3-4 months ago. I did the AIS bypass and actually got rid of all of the piping for the AIS system. And yes, the 45 shell trick did work. It plugged the holes beautifully, and I've not had a single issue with it. I blacked out some of the engine to make it look, I don't know, I just kind of like the way it looks now. And did the chrome drive shaft cover, new saddlebags, which I just finished installing. What I did was, instead of having these goofy ties and having it tied to here, and I just didn't like it, and it was kind of floppy. What I did is I got 5/8 rubber coated cable clamps and drilled a hole in the back of the plastic and used stainless steel screws and screwed it to my bracket, and it is solid. I mean, I can practically move my entire bike with this thing. Got rid of the rear seat and rear sissy bar, and since I'm never going to have passengers on here, and went with the fender bib. And by mounting my saddlebags this way, I got rid of the leather strap that went over, which is constantly, I'm probably going to have to repaint my fender, but it was constantly rubbing right here, and I think it just looks a little cleaner this way. And probably one of the most things that you've probably noticed is the back end. No more ugly lollipops hanging off the side. I got this from Pacific Coast Cruisers. This nice little bracket here, which bolts right up to the factory spot. Uses the factory tail light housing. And this smoke cover and an LED panel that goes in here, that goes in place of your factory brake light, and uses the actual factory 1157 bulb connector. This is my stoplight, brake light, or my parking light, I should say, my running light, my brake light, and left turn and right turn are all integrated right into here, so I don't have that old, ugly, big plastic sitting in the back, which I thought was a definite bonus. And went with some really kind of necessity. I put new tires on, and I'm actually kind of liking these, and they do have a nice flame pattern on it, which is kind of convenient. That matches my speedometer bezel. So just a quick walk around of all the upgrades and modifications that I've done to it. I'm sure there's going to be more. Oh yeah, one more thing I added to it before I forget. I added the Avon hand grips, which are really comfortable. These I really like because these are the adjustable brake and clutch levers, so if on long trips I can actually kind of kick these back a little bit so I don't have to reach as far to use my brake or my clutch, or if I want a little bit more, a little bit less, I can adjust it on the fly while I'm riding, which is really kind of nice, and I didn't have to modify or adjust anything. And probably one of my favorite is this this is actually split loom, but it's like a plastic nylon, or actually more of a nylon split loom, but I found that on, I believe I found it on, I did a search for it on Walmart's website and actually had it shipped to my house. I think it was, I don't know, probably averaged out to about $1 a foot, so I got about 26 feet for 26 bucks. But I just kind of liked it the way it looked. Kind of cleans it up, and you don't have the gray plastic wire loom that's on it from the factory. And I did the same thing with the clutch cable, and I also did the same thing over here on over the top of my front brake lines. So just kind of give it a nice overall look. So overall, 3-year project, finally getting to the end, but I guess they're never ever really done. So all right, bye.